The Sabbath of Mutual Respect by Marge Piercy. In the natural year come two Thanksgivings, the harvest of summer and the harvest of fall. Two times when we eat and drink and remember our dead under the golden basin of the moon of plenty. Abundance, habondia, food for the winter, too much now and survival later. After the plant bears, it dies into seed. The blowing grasses nourish us, wheat and corn and rye, millet and rice, oat and barley and buckwheat. All the serviceable grasses of the pasture that the cow grazes, the lamb, the horse, the goat. The grasses that quicken into meat and cheese and milk, the humble, necessary, mute vegetable bees, the armies of grasses waving their golden banners of ripe seed. The sensual round fruit that gleams with the sun stored in its sweetness, the succulent ephemera of the summer garden, blood-warm tomatoes, tender small squash, crisp beans, the milky corn, sweet peppers exploding like cherry bombs in the mouth. We praise abundance by eating of it, reveling in choice on a table set with roses and lilies and phlox, zucchini and lettuce and eggplant, before the long winter of root crops. Fertility and choice. Every row dug in the spring means weeks of labor. Plant too much, and the seedlings choke in weeds as the warm rain soaks them. The goddess of abundance, Habondia, is also the goddess of labor and choice. In another life, dear sister, I too would bear 6 fat children. In another life, my sister, I too would love another woman and raise one child together as if that pushed from both our wombs. In another life, sister, I too would dwell solitary and splendid as a lighthouse on the rocks, or be born to mate for life like the faithful goose. Praise all our choices. Praise any woman who chooses and make safe her choice. Habondia, Artemis, Cybele, Demeter, Ishtar, Aphrodite, Auset, Hecate, Themis, Lilith, Thea, Gaia, Brigid, the great-grandmother of us all. Yemaya, Caradwen, Freya, Corn Maiden, Mawu, Amaterasu, Maris, Nut, Spider-Woman, Nath, Auzit, Hathor, Inanna, Shinmu, Diti, Arena, Anat, Tiamat, Ashtoreth. The names flesh out our histories, our choices, our passions, and what we will never embody, but pass by with respect. When I consecrate my body in the temple of our history, when I pledge myself to remain empty and clear for the voices coming through, I do not choose for you or lessen your choice. Habondia, the real abundance, is the power to say yes and to say no, to open and to close, to take or to leave, and not to be taken by force or law or fear or poverty or hunger. To bear children unwanted is to be used like a public sewer. To be sterilized unchosen is to have your heart cut out. To love women is holy, and holy is the free love of men, and precious to live taking whichever comes, and precious to live unmated as a peach tree. Praise the lives you did not choose. They will heal you, tell your story, fight for you. You eat the bread of their labor. You drink the wine of their joy. I tell you, after I went under the surgeon's knife for the laparoscopy, I felt like a trumpet an Amazon was blowing sonorous charges on. Then my wound learned to open on the full moon with pain, and pleasure deepened till my body shuddered like troubled water. When my friend gave birth, I held her in joy as the child's head thrust from her vagina like the sun rising at dawn, wet and red. Praise our choices, sisters, for each doorway open to us was taken by squads of fighting women who paid years of trouble and struggle, who paid with their wombs, their sleep, their lives, so that we might walk through these gates upright. Doorways are sacred for women, for we are the doorways of life, and we must choose what comes in and what goes out. Freedom is our real abundance.